Hey everyone and welcome. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here for today's explainer. We are going on a really fascinating journey today. We're going to look at a wonderful 3-day travel itinerary through Palestine, and we're going to use this incredible tour to significantly boost our English reading and comprehension skills. So, whether you're a student looking to master your textbook material, or honestly just someone eager to level up your language skills, you are in exactly the right place. Let's get started.
Here is our quick roadmap for today. 1. Key vocabulary. 2. Lesson explanation. 3. Reading practice. 4. Comprehension questions. And 5. Synonyms and antonyms.
Section 1. Key vocabulary.
Okay, let's dive into this. Great reading always starts with building a strong foundation of words, right? If we know the key words before we start reading, the whole text just kind of unlocks for us. Take a look at the screen for our first set of essential vocabulary. You'll see the English definitions, the Arabic translations to help you out, and some examples. First up, we have tour. This is a noun. It means a journey for pleasure where you visit several different places. Like, we went on a walking tour of the city. Next is traditional. That's an adjective. It means following ideas and methods that have existed for a long time. Think of it like this. My grandmother makes the most delicious traditional food. Then we have the verb explore, which just means to travel around a new place to learn about it. You know, I love to explore new neighborhoods. And finally for this set, ancient. Another adjective, meaning very, very old or from a really long time ago. For example, they found ancient coins in the desert.
Awesome. Now let's look at our second set of words. First, comfortable, an adjective. Notice the pronunciation there, guys. We don't say every single syllable. It's comfortable. It means providing physical ease and relaxation. These shoes are very comfortable for walking. Next is famous, an adjective meaning known about by many people. She is a famous writer. Then we have century. This is a noun and it simply means a period of 100 years. This castle was built a century ago. And lastly, local, an adjective meaning relating to a particular area or your own neighborhood. We always try to support local businesses. I'm going to give you a quick pause here. Try saying each of those words out loud to yourself wherever you are. Comfortable, famous, century, local. Great job.
Section 2. Lesson explanation.
All right, before we read the specific words on the page, it is incredibly helpful to grasp the big picture. What is this text actually about? Well, as you can see here, we are looking at an itinerary for Rami's family who are planning to tour Palestine with Nadal and Hadil. It maps out a really exciting, jam-packed 3 days traveling through Jerusalem and Nablus. Just to summarize the core events into a few short, digestible points. This is a 3-day tour schedule. Days 1 and 2 are entirely focused on Jerusalem, taking the group through the Old City and up to the Mount of Olives. Then, on day 3, the tour moves over to Nablus, where they'll visit a soap factory and an ancient village. Keeping this map in our heads will make the reading practice a total breeze.
Now for our bilingual learners, take a quick read of the brief Arabic summary right there on your screen. This covers that exact same context we just talked about. Go ahead and read that to guarantee you have 100% comprehension before we dive into the English text. Once you know exactly what to expect, your brain can focus entirely on decoding the English words.
Section 3. Reading practice. Let's do this.
Okay, I'm going to read the text out loud, and we've chunked it day by day to make it easier. I highly encourage you to read out loud along with me to practice your pacing. Ready? Let's start with day 1. Arrive at Al-Quds Hotel in Jerusalem. In the evening, you will meet your guide and join the group for your first evening together. You will have time to introduce yourselves to the others and then sit down to a traditional dinner. Notice how they start gently? It's all about arriving, settling in, meeting the group, and having that traditional dinner. Hey, that's one of our vocabulary words.
Let's continue to the packed schedule of day 2. Read along with me. 9:30, we travel by minibus to the Great Damascus Gate for our walking tour of the Old City. From 10 to 12, please wear comfortable shoes. Our visit takes you through the amazing old market and to several famous religious sites, including Al-Aqsa Mosque and the beautiful Dome of the Rock. 2. After lunch at the hotel, we visit some important sites outside the Old City like the Mount of Olives. 6. We return to our hotel for dinner and an evening of traditional music. Did you catch our vocabulary words in there? Comfortable, famous, traditional. It is a seriously busy day full of famous religious and cultural sites.
And finally, day 3. Keep reading along. 9:30. Our comfortable tour bus takes us to Nablus and straight to our new hotel. From there, we explore the busy city center, visit a traditional soap factory, and eat at one of Noblis's many excellent restaurants. 2 o'clock. We drive to an ancient village to see life as it was a century ago. First, we visit the museum and then the local community center for an afternoon class in traditional cooking. Finally, we taste the best of Palestinian food as we sit down to a dinner of their finest local dishes. Fantastic job! There's so many of our key vocabulary words packed into this last day. Explore, traditional, ancient, century, local. Seeing them right here in their natural context is how you truly learn them.
Section 4. Comprehension questions. Time to test your knowledge.
So, did we really understand what we just read? Let's test that comprehension. I'll ask a question, give you a few seconds to think, and then reveal the answer. Here is our first question, and this is pulled directly from the true-false exercise in our source material. True or false? The tourists and their guide can get to know each other during the first evening. Think back to day 1. True or false? The answer is true. If we look back at the text for day 1, it specifically says, you will have time to introduce yourselves to the others. That means they definitely get time to know each other.
Okay, question 2. True or false? On day 3, the group is going to visit a museum, and then they are going to drive to a very old village. Pay very close attention to the timeline of events here, guys. Museum first, then drive to the village. True or false?
That one is false. This is a classic chronological trick you'll see in reading tests all the time. The text actually says at 2 o'clock they drive to an ancient village, and first we visit the museum. So the driving happens before they visit the museum, not after.
Let's try a slightly different type of question. This is a direct where question taken straight from the role-play exercise in our source notes. Imagine you're asking the tour guide, where do we stay in Jerusalem? The answer is the Al-Quds Hotel. Super simple, clear, and right there in the very first sentence of the Day 1 itinerary. Excellent work if you got that right.
Section 5. Synonyms and antonyms. Now, let's see how this builds your language skills even further. Learning a new word is great, but learning a word that means the exact opposite? That expands your vocabulary network exponentially. Let's break down 5 key words from our text. We have ancient. A great synonym or similar word is old, but the antonym, the opposite, is modern. For busy, like the busy city center, a synonym is crowded. The antonym is quiet. For famous, a synonym is well-known, and the antonym is unknown. Traditional has a synonym of customary, while its opposite is also modern. And finally, comfortable. A great synonym is cozy, and the easy antonym is simply adding a prefix, uncomfortable. Knowing opposites is a fantastic trick for remembering new English words. It essentially gives your brain 2 points of reference instead of just 1.
To wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a really fun, thought-provoking discussion question pulled right from the end of our source material. Think about everything we've read today. Now, imagine that a tour group is coming to your town or area. What could they see? What should they do? I challenge you to try and write a one-day itinerary for your own town using at least 3 of the vocabulary words we learned today. Try to use words like traditional, explore, or famous. Thank you so much for joining me to explore this text today. Keep reading, keep practicing those words, and I will see you in the next explainer.